And welcome back, everybody. It's Ruben's Crazy 89 back with Ice Mage 25.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey. As you can see from our brief title description, today we're going to be talking about the Uncharted movie and the GTA trilogy coming to the Switch.
Among many other systems.
But yeah, you saw that trailer to the Uncharted movie? I saw it the other day. What did you
Well,
think?
it's interesting. When I was watching it, I was trying to figure out
Mm-hmm.
how they're gonna go with this. So basically, when you see the trailer start, of course they're gonna have like the 5 second teaser thing in case you want to like skip the ad or whatnot, you know? So I
Right,
was like,
right.
ugh, fucking hate when they do that. But it is what it is. So they start to play it, and the first thing I noticed is that the scene they started off with was, I think, a scene from Uncharted 4, which was
Okay.
weird because the first Uncharted, um, the first Uncharted game doesn't start off with those two characters going under a temple door with a torchlight. The first part is Nathan and Elena on a boat, and
That I remember.
Elena's like porter, I believe, and she's like basically reporting a story of some lost treasure and whatnot. So like I was really confused because like if this is going to be the beginning of the first Uncharted, why are they starting this like in this? So I was like, maybe I'm missing something, but again, like I was like, okay, maybe it's just something alluding to something. So
Uh,
I was like, okay. Uh, I started watching the trailer and I started seeing the scenes. And I was like, and then we first get our introduction to Sully, played by Mark Wahlberg, and
Marky
I'm
Mark.
sorry. Oh man, that's and to be honest, it's Mark Wahlberg more or less being a Mark Wahlberg, you know.
Yeah.
And oh man, I'll say this much. I've seen a few reaction videos for this, and one thing popped out. One person said something that popped out that really resonated with me because when I saw this trailer, it felt like a greatest hits album, if that makes any sense.
I think I get what you're trying to say. Like the trailer was a little bit of like almost every single game kind of compressed into one movie, I guess.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that description. I was trying to put it. It was the only way I could explain it because, like,
No,
it,
I got that same vibe too.
yeah, because like if you remember at the end of the trailer, you see like the giant like crates wrapped in like
Yep.
tension and whatnot, and it's just flying out there, but it's dangling out of the fucking AC-130, the
Right.
cargo plane, and you just see Nathan Drake just climbing, getting to that, and I was like, that's from Uncharted 2. What? Why?
Yeah.
Or yeah, Uncharted 2. Like, why? Why is he? No, is it Uncharted 3? I think it's Uncharted 3.
It's one of the
Like,
two. Maybe it's number three now that I think about it.
yeah, because Uncharted 2, the most infamous scene was the train in the desert in the snowy mountains.
Oh, I love that. That was the best.
Yeah, for me personally, I love that one because like it was just awesome. But like, yeah, and I was watching and I was trying to figure out. I was like, that scene not is not like it's not in. It shouldn't be in there yet because it's such a staple. It's such a memorable scene.
Right.
And I was trying to think, what are all these scenes that we're seeing in this movie that I've seen in the games, but they're all from other places. And then it hit me. I was like, yeah, it's a greatest hits. That's what it is. They basically looked at one, two, three, and four Descend, and what was the other one? The expansion Lost Legacy, and I don't know. I haven't played the Golden Abyss one for the PlayStation Vita, but
I haven't,
basically,
me either. I really wanted
yeah.
to, but they locked that on a portable handheld.
So like I have the Vita. So if anything, I'll probably like get like a gift card, download it to my wallet on there, and just play it from there. So like I'll let you know how that is. But I saw it and I was watching it, and don't get me wrong, I think this movie looks like it's just gonna be popcorn. Like you're just gonna go on an adventure, you're gonna have some laughs, you're gonna have some serious moments, some sad moments, but like ultimately it's going to be just a fun thrill ride. Because like if you really think about it, the Uncharted series is basically Laura Croft but with a dude. Or if you're like an old school person, it's basically a it's the millennial version of Indiana Jones. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So seeing that, I was like, you know, I don't think this is going to be canon in any way, shape, or form. Because if
definitely
it
not.
is, that's what I'm thinking as well. Because when I'm seeing it, I remember playing Uncharted 3, and I think that's the one where you harken back to like the early years, either three or
Hmm.
four. It's one of the two, um, where the story gets taken back like many many decades ago, where you first find Nathan and Sam as like little kids.
That's probably
But
number four
like,
then.
yeah. But here's the thing: the one I'm more interested in is how they met. And in this one, in the movie version, they meet in a bar. Okay, young Nathan and Sully met in a museum
That's
in the game.
true. That's true. They
Yeah.
did.
So like, it's like, whoa. And I was like, are they trying to create their own Uncharted, but they're using the games as a template, and they're going with the comic book approach. Basically, you have all these stories, all these moments, all these memorable lines in the comic books, all these scenes,
Hmm.
and basically they're cherry picking certain scenes, certain dialogues, and from this story, and they're putting it into the movie to create. Whoa, almost pick that one. But it basically is like, again, like a greatest hits. Like you're taking little scenes and little moments from the games and putting it into the movie as a set piece. And it's like, okay, that's fine, but the problem is that it's like our last conversation, you know? Your video game audience is not the same as your movie audience, you
Yeah,
know?
you brought this tidbit up in our last podcast, and I yeah definitely mentioned that again. The movie audience and the video game audience are two completely different, audiences to cater to.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, and it's not just from what I said before. Like when a movie audience goes to see a movie, they see a movie for however long that movie runs, and they leave, and they
Hmm.
just put everything to the side for an escape. Gamers, when they play a game, they're going not to just escape, but to be in another world for several hours, and just to have fun in it. You know,
That's true.
it's a form of escape, the same as the movies, but it's more interactive. Like you're actually using a controller you're using a controller to make the character on screen do something that you
Yeah,
want that to do, however open or limited it is, depending on the controls. You know, but the problem with this one is that you're adding characters that are in the franchise, but you're trying to make it your own. Which don't get me wrong, like again, I think they're going with like some weird comic book approach. Like I said before, they're basically taking everything that's existed in the franchise and they're cherry picking it and plugging it into the movie to create a cohesive story. The one thing that I've noticed about this movie is that, and I think it's probably because someone played the first one and decided, you know what, let's make the villain the Hispanic guy. Because in the first Uncharted game, the main villain of that was an Hispanic guy. I can't remember the name, but I do believe it was a Hispanic guy because eventually, spoiler alert, he drowned the coffin. His leg gets wrapped around a coffin and he gets dragged down with it into the water as the final boss battle.
Hmm.
So like that part. Sorry, I'm trying to catch my breath because I'm at the same time. Uh,
I could take the
but
once you if you want, I could bring up another video game franchise that got turned into a
yeah,
movie. But whenever
go
you're
ahead.
ready. All
No, no,
right.
you go.
Okay. Well, when I saw the Uncharted trailer, I got a lot of Disney's Prince of Persia vibes from it. Where they really have you seen that?
I know the game. I don't know much about the premise of it, but I do know the game. Prince of Persia. That's an interesting one. I mean,
Hmm.
didn't they make a movie already out of it with Jake Gyllenhaal?
I don't recall the name of the actor, but I feel like they did everything right, almost. But they kind of, put that Disney spin on it, where it has like its haha moments, and it doesn't just take place inside of a tower. Instead, it has its like campy scenes here and there. You have chase scenes, sports scenes, and of course the Sands of Time. I mean, that was like the best part of the movie, kind of like Dragon Ball Evolution. The only good part about that movie was the Kamehameha blast, and then the whole movie was kind of trash.
Oh, okay. Um, but yeah, it's like I said, it feels like a greatest hits collection,
It does.
and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but the concern for me is that let's say you're a regular movie going audience and you're going to see this film and you really like it and you decide, you know what? I want to play the first Uncharted game to see what this whole thing is. So let's say, for example, they buy the very first copy of the game, but like they don't have a PS3, which is what they came out on. So they buy the Nathan Drake collection, which
True.
is one, two, and three on. I think it's on PS4. I
PlayStation
believe you
4.
can buy
Yep.
it.
PS4.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you buy one, two, and three, and you start playing that game, and it's like, okay, you're playing through it, you're seeing what you like about it, you're seeing like, oh, because you see what you see in the movie, you're automatically gonna think, oh, it's gonna be in the game, so like we're gonna relive how they meet, and it's like, no,
Hmm. Yeah, I
you
mean, it really is like going to be like I think I know why they're doing like this greatest hits kind of feel because Sony Pictures, I feel, is trying to cater to everybody, the movie going audience, and trying to pull the heartstrings of the existing fans.
and here's the thing, I think it might work because if you watch that trailer, it doesn't seem like there's any um like there's peril in the movie, but there's no sense of dread. There's no sense of dark, a dark dread feeling when you watch it. It looks like something that's like, oh my god, I really don't want to compare it to it, but like it feels like a somewhere across between like a Michael Bay film and like Fast and Furious. You know what I mean? The Fast and Furious franchise,
Yeah.
like not the early stuff, like the newer stuff, like five, six, seven, and like Hobbs and Shaw and whatever fucking whatever next iteration or installment they're gonna make of the Fast and Furious franchise, and it was like directed by Michael Bay. Now, don't get me wrong, this movie isn't being directed by Michael Bay. I think it's being directed by Sean Levy. He's the same guy who did Free Guy that just came out in theaters in August, which is phenomenal film. If you love video game references or video game culture, or if you love seeing anything gaming related, or just among other things, you will love this film. Absolutely. So I recommend you see Free Guy. It's hilarious. The movie is just, oh my god, I laughed out loud when I saw it.
Wait, you said Free
Um,
Guy? Free Guy? Is that with what's his name?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yes. Okay. Is it in theaters right now or no?
It should be, unless like unless it ran out of like whatever however long they held it in theaters.
I
But
mean,
it's a really good film.
I mean, I literally live like right across the street from a movie theater. It's like
Oh, dude.
right there.
Oh, dude. I'm gonna tell you this right now. When I went to go and see Free Guy, and let me tell you, there's not that many movie theaters around here. The one I
Oh,
went to was an open drive-through theater.
oh, nice.
So like, you grab your car, you pay at a booth, you go in, and there's like several parking lot lines.
Did they give you
And
headphones?
only say what?
Did they give you headphones, or they have like a speaker
No,
system?
no. What you have to do is you have to turn on your radio in your car.
Oh, you tune into
To
the
a cer-
station.
Yeah, tune into the station. You
Oh,
get to see the giant screen as a projector playing the movie,
wow.
and the station that you tune in is plays the audio from that movie. So, but the thing is though, I wouldn't recommend that. So,
Hey,
what?
Robert, what's up?
Oh shit, Robert, what's going on, man?
What's
Been a
up? What's
while.
up?
So, no, but yeah. So instead, what we did, because like my brother went to go and take me to see this movie because he wanted to really see it because he loves Ryan Reynolds. So we
Mm-hmm.
went to go and see it, but instead of using the car radio, we got like a giant boom box that's like the size of a nightstand,
Mm-hmm.
and it's Bluetooth enabled. So we turned on the Bluetooth, turned on the radio sequence for it to the station, and then we played it from there and blasted it. So that way we didn't, because like if you play it from the your car radio, it's going to eat up the battery life in your car, you know. So he improvised on that shit, and it fucking works every time. So now anytime we go to the movie theater, we just get a big. It's a karaoke box. That's what it is. It's a small karaoke like boom box.
I think my
Fucking
friend
huge.
Nicole has one of those.
Yeah. And so like we went there, we saw it, and the movie was fucking hilarious. Unfortunately, we missed like the first, I want to say 20, 30 minutes of the film
Mm-hmm.
because the line was so long when we went to go and see it. Not only that,
Jesus.
the moment you get there, there's like a small concession stand, but it's indoors, so you have to go into a line that's already there and it's playing while you're waiting. And once you go in, there's no window out there where you could see the film.
Well,
You can
then,
hear it, but you can't see it.
why the hell would you even go to a concession stand at a drive-through? I would just come from like a 7-Eleven and bring my Slurpee and a bag of Doritos and be like, all right, I'm watching this bitch.
Here's the thing: we weren't thinking about that at the time. We didn't think it would be so packed. You know what I mean? That
Well,
was the problem.
everybody's getting out of their houses now that Corona is like, always going up and down like this. They're like, oh, it's summertime. Let's
Yeah,
go
pretty
out.
much. Yeah, because like it just oh man, it's hard to find outside entertainment, especially especially where I live, because like there's not that many venues
It's
that
true.
are at least open because of this pandemic and whatnot. But like, yeah. So back to Uncharted.
Yeah, yeah. We
It's
got a little.
yeah. And one of the things I like, there's a lot of I don't know if I want to say homage as much as like callbacks to the games. So like there are scenes where like you see Nathan Drake like running, fighting. When you see him like getting out of water and you see his suit, like his entire clothing being soaking wet from coming out of the water, like that's like a nod to the games because like that was one of the things that made Uncharted kind of um uh, stand out from the others
Oh, it
because
did.
like every time in every Uncharted game, like every time you go out of water, you see your clothes are damp and like
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That I used to love that. I was
yeah, like
like,
that was a cool feature in the game. The problem was that everyone would do it on purpose just to see that, and you would slowly see it like go from wet to dry like in a matter of minutes because that's like it was a cool feature. So like they're I think they're going to do that a lot in this film. Um, yeah, like I don't know if like they're going to do like a lot of like the punching, fighting, like camera angles and whatnot when they fight, because like that's like another staple. Another staple is like when you see him climbing and running and just like just trying to reach for stuff like
Well,
people are
well,
going to catch up on.
well,
They're
they
going to
did
catch
do
up.
that kind of like with the cinematography for the plane and the crate scene. It felt like it was just like out of the game almost.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. But the thing is though that again, it's like that scene doesn't happen until later into the franchise. And in this one, it's
True.
like they're cherry picking certain scenes from certain games, and they're just trying to put it all together. You know
Well,
what I mean?
the movie technically is a prequel. They are starting with a really young Nathan Drake, so I'm guessing that it even takes place even before Golden Abyss. But then again, they also say it's not canon to the series. So Golden Abyss and the comics aside, you just have 1, 2, 3, and 4 to worry about.
Yeah. So like I think that's what this film is going to be. I think it's going to be its own thing, but they're going to cherry pick certain parts of it. So everything that you see in this film is just it will harken back to special moments that were in these games, and they're just bunched in. Like there's one character in there. She's like black or African American. She has like I think braids on the side of her hair. I think she's I can't remember the name, but she shows up in Uncharted 4 as a villain,
Yeah.
and she's a South African mercenary. And in this one, it's basically her going after Nate and Sully. And so like, but the problem is that again, if you play the games, Nate doesn't know anything about this girl until the fourth game in the last in the fourth game.
That's
You
true.
know, and here's the thing: Sully knows all the player characters. No, I think her name's Nadine. Probably, I'm probably wrong. Um, like Sully knows this mercenary. Sully knows Chloe, who's played by the Indian girl. I don't know the actress's name, but like Sully knows a lot of these characters. Nathan doesn't.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Sully does keep a lot of stuff in the dark from Nate. What is it? Throughout the entire series.
Yeah, and like he doesn't find out until Sully tells him about it. And he's like, "Oh, so how do you know this person?" He's like, "Oh, I've worked with them a while back. We were trying to get some treasure. They backstabbed me. I got away, and all this that, and that." And like and it happens even in the games where like Sully knows all these people. Nate doesn't, and then there he finds out through backstory and personally meeting a lot of these people that are like, "Oh, these people are actual like murdering psychopathic like." Billionaire rich, like I will do anything to get what I want, no matter who tells me what or gets in my way, you
Right.
know. And I think that at some point you're going to have to tell the audience in some way or form that, like, hey, is this going to eventually put Nate and Sully's relationship on uh, on a war path? You know what I mean? Because
Right.
like because like if Nathan Drake keeps meeting all these people that Sully knows, but he never tells them anything about until he meets these people firsthand, and he's gonna be like, who else do you know that's gonna get me killed or kidnapped or blackmailed or harm someone else? How long can this friendship last? That which will eventually work out in the end because if you play the games, they're still friends to the end no matter what.
That's
The
true.
problem is that the problem is that how we haven't even met Elena, and Elena is a key figure because eventually, spoiler alert, like they get together. Him and Nathan Drake, her Elena and Nathan Drake get together. You know,
That's
and the
true. They do.
problem and the problem is that like they're not showing her in the trailer, and I'm not sure if like we're going to meet her in this film or if this movie is successful. If this movie is successful, will we see her in the next installment? You know?
I mean, well, like I mentioned before, this is supposed to be a prequel to what is it? Drake's Fortune. So, oh, hold on. Do you guys think the Uncharted movie will be good or a big flop? Oh well, I mean, I don't know yet. I mean, I feel like just like he said You know, it's like a greatest hits of like all the Uncharted games bunched up into one. And I feel like they're playing it safe by playing with the heartstrings of the fans and something viewable for a movie going audience.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, again, like the people who are going to see this movie, majority of them are going to be moviegoers. They're not going to be the video game audience. The video game audiences are going to pick this movie apart.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, let's be honest, fans of the franchise are going to know certain scenes from certain parts of the game. Whether it's in the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, or the side expansion, Lost Legacy, or Golden Abyss, if they have any scenes from there. And odds are it's going to be a mixture of both. Because like from the scenes that I've just seen from the trailer, I haven't even seen the behind the scenes of the a video on I think it was on IGN or PlayStation. I haven't seen those yet. So I don't know what it's going to entail. The only thing that, for me as a fan of the franchise, like I like it. I love
I
those
love
games.
that
I played
series.
them. Yeah, they're fantastic. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
come on. Like you want to talk about voice acting and motion capture, where like these people fucking did it, and it's super fun. The only problem, I don't know if I would really call it a problem. I think like the only concern that I have as a fan of these franchises is whether or not, and I think we talked about this, but whether or not they're going to have the original cast members of the games in this film. It would be amazing if they showed up, even as a cameo, like just like as a one-off, or like you just see them in passing, or if like Tom Holland's character meets them throughout like the franchise. Because like I remember when they did, I remember when PlayStation did, they did a 10-year anniversary on the franchise after Uncharted 4 came out, and they were interviewing all of the actors and actresses who motion captured all the characters as well as voiced them, and they were basically describing like what they were doing, how they got cast, what was the audition process like, what scenes were they doing, like all their actions and whatnot, and like what they said and did, and like it was fucking hilarious. I think it was like a good, I want to say almost an hour long, I guess. Like they did a 10-year anniversary on the franchise. And they were talking to Nathan, they were talking to Troy. They didn't I'm not I was saying Nathan Drake. They talked to excuse me, whew. They talked to Nolan North, Troy Baker, uh oh my god, there's so many. Uh I think his name is George McTavish. He voiced Lazarevich, the villain for the second Uncharted game.
Right.
Uh, they talked to they had so many characters, and like many of the characters that they many of the actors that played in the first Uncharted game, they eventually went on to play other characters in, in later installments, but as other characters.
I
So
didn't know
like
that.
that's why I'm recommending the 10-year anniversary interview from PlayStation. It's fucking hilarious because like the guy who did the voice of the Hispanic nemesis villain in the first game, they took him and they recast him as as a Tibetan guy, like
Oh,
who couldn't speak English very well, but like he would like say certain phrases in their language, in Tibetan language, like as he was helping him like traverse through all these places, and they cast him as that. I was like, this is fucking hilarious. Like and like he didn't really speak good English when he was playing the role. He was just like like I don't know what he was saying exactly, but like he was playing as Tenzin, I think his name was.
mm-hmm.
And you see him like, and you find out that like they took some of these actors and then replayed them. They took cast the actors but they played them as different characters throughout the franchise. You don't
Right.
know who they are until like eventually they were announced. So like because also they're like good friends with like Neil Druckmann, who was like the head of like all these franchises. I mean, Amy Hennig did like the first three,
Mm-hmm.
but then I learned that the fourth one she dropped out. So it was like Bruce Straley and Neil Druckmann for the fourth one. But like, yeah, like it's just so fucking good. It really is. Like, and again, this movie will most likely be popcorn fun. It's gonna be like really lighthearted. It's gonna have probably a couple serious moments. It's probably gonna have some tear jerky moments, but it's gonna be filled with a lot of action, a lot of adventure, a lot of jokes. I mean, like in the trailer alone, like it just looks like it's gonna be a fun ride. Nothing more, nothing less. You know? Do I think it will be successful? Probably, yeah. Because like people want to go out and to the movie theaters and watch a film and just be entertained. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like that's what I think. So, what about you?
I mean, I think it's gonna do well. I mean, it's definitely gonna, what is it, have its critics when it comes out, whether it's from the video game audience or your general critics. And I am hopeful. I was actually thinking about the cameo thing about like if they pay some homage to like Nolan North or something. Like I was thinking maybe in one scene, let's say uh, Tom Holland. That's who's playing Nathan Drake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like running through like a marketplace, and then one guy just says, "Hey, watch where you're going, asshole," and then there's Nolan North right there, just
Oh,
doing.
dude, I would fucking lose my shit. I would lose my shit if I see that. I'm like, yes, he's in the movie.
But he's actually dressed up like the Nathan Drake we know in a way, but kind of like giving it like he's not Nathan Drake. Because
Oh my god,
obviously
that'd be hilarious.
that would be what is it? Awesome. I mean, it's definitely fan service for me, but we won't know till 2022.
Yeah. I mean, and like I look at some of the comment section. I look at the comments section of the video of the trailer, and a lot of people, and I don't know if it's just, I don't know if it's just the actor, but there's a lot of people that either don't see Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, or they can't get the fact that Tom Holland is Spider-Man out of their heads. You know?
I have actually, to be honest, I have both of those things in my head. I don't see him as Nathan Drake, and I can't get Spider-Man out of my head. But by knowing that this is a prequel to the Uncharted movies, I can accept it. Now, will the rest of the fan base be able to? Probably not.
Yeah. Again, it's like I hope that I
Yep,
hope
I'm glad you
good,
agree.
but at the same time, I'm like I'm not really. If anything, I'm probably gonna set my expectations very low, so that when I watch a movie, maybe I'll like it a little bit more. But
Yeah,
again, that's just me. You know.
no, I'm totally agreeing with you on that because if I go in with high expectations, it's gonna be like the Prince of Persia movie for me, where I went
Oof.
in. I was happy to go see it because I liked, like, okay, they got the guy to look kind of like the prince. I think he spoke in like a British accent, similar to the prince in the, video games. And the one thing that I think bombed it was, Disney being the production company to do that movie. It could have
Wait,
been
Disney someone that did that?
Disney did the Prince of
Holy
Persia.
shit!
Yeah.
Holy shit! Wait, hold up. Disney owns Prince of Persia?
No, 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 no. They did the Prince of Persia movie.
They did the cinematics for like ILM.
No, they what is it? What is it? They were responsible for making the Prince of Persia movie.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, because you confused me. I was like, wait a minute, Disney did a film. Like, since when? Since when did Disney own Prince of Persia?
No, 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 no,
I was
no.
about to say,
They definitely don't
confused the
own
shit
them.
out of me there.
No, 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 no.
Oh man. But again, it's like I said before, I'll say it again. This movie will definitely be a greatest hits of like scenes all from the games all in one in here, and they're gonna do it again and again and again with future franchises. Will it be good? Yeah, I think so. I
Hmm.
think it'll be really really good. I think also that I think this movie will not piss off fans that too much. I think if anything, people are going to look at this as like, this is fun, it's all right. The hardcore fans are going to most likely tear this movie apart because like you have Mark Wahlberg playing Victor
Sullivan.
Sullivan, Sully with no mustache. Like
I
that. I'm
was
sorry.
just about to say, yeah, no, I was about to say there's something that's absent on me today that was present last week, a mustache.
Like, are we gonna have to start Mustache Gate again for like, because like you remember the whole Henry Cavill event for the Whedon's Justice League film, and like the first like 5 minutes of that film is just Superman with a CGI mustache taken off of his face. Oh my god!
Oh
Like
god.
I saw that and I was like, I started losing my mind.
Hold on, we got a comment from Robert. What would you both say is a red flag for this movie? Well, we were just talking about a red flag right here. Uh
Yeah, here's the thing. I think that the mustache will most likely we will see it at the end of the movie. Like we're gonna see like I know it's gonna happen. I know it. You know why? Because every single scene that we've seen Mark Wahlberg in this trailer alone, he does not have a mustache. So at the end of it, we're gonna find out it's like years later, and you find out that like oh, it's like a year or so later, and then Nathan Drake is gonna meet Sully again. It's like, hey, I got another adventure, another treasure that we can hunt. Are you down? And then he turns the camera and you see Mark Wahlberg with a mustache, and it's like, all right, kid, let's go. And then it just cuts, and it's like, yeah, and like that's the only thing you're gonna see. And like everyone's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna forgive you on this fucking mustache shit
I
because
mean,
because like if if Sully doesn't have a mustache, then a lot of fans are gonna be like, man, fuck this movie.
maybe there's a
Where'd that go?
maybe there's
You
a
know,
reason why he doesn't have the mustache in this movie. Now,
I
I could guess it's either one of many reasons. Maybe he has a love interest in the movie that doesn't like facial hair, but then maybe towards the end he meets a woman that says, "Oh, you'd look cute with a mustache," and then
yeah,
swing.
yeah, pretty much. I think that's what's gonna happen. Either that, or it's like he's gonna see a picture of like a pirate or some type of conquistador or like a world traveler who there's like a picture of him with a mustache, and he thinks about it's like, huh, you know what? Maybe I should grow some facial hair. And he won't say a mustache, but he'll say like, maybe I should grow some type of facial hair. I just don't know which kind. And he starts like you just see him like pondering on the screen, like, I wonder if some type of facial hair could pick. Like, which one would I get? And you just see him rubbing his hands like across the upper part of his lip, and it's like, it's a mustache, grow the mustache, and people are gonna fucking like just yell like, grow the mustache.
Or
And then
may
at the end of the movie, it's like, oh, we got it, yes. And then but that doesn't happen. Oh man, they're gonna be fucking riots in the streets
or,
for that shit.
or
That
maybe
hope's not. But
or maybe if Nate and Sully are going through airport security and they got to show their passports to the airport security, there's the mustache and the passport.
oh my god, that would piss me off so bad. That would that would upset me a little bit. I don't know if it would piss me off, but it would upset me a little bit. It's
I
like
mean,
you
either
got the
that.
mustache passport, but you don't have it on you. Like, how dare you, sir? You
Well,
know?
what I was thinking is, what if? Here's another thing. What if the fans are so petty that they, veto this movie so bad, just like they did, like the fans of the Sonic movie did. They demanded to fix Sonic, or we're not watching this shit, and they actually pressured artists to redo Sonic. What if they hold the movie back like a month or two, just to digitally add a mustache on Marky Mark's face?
Again. Mustache Gate. This is the shit that happened with fucking Henry Cavill. Because at the time when they did that scene, he couldn't shave his mustache because he was shooting Mission Impossible Fallout. You know, because his character had a mustache in that film.
Right.
And so when he went to go and shoot that scene, they probably spent I don't know how much money just to get rid of that upper facial hair to CG it out in order to add some scene that has some type of I don't know some kind of message of some sort. And like because when the camera zooms in, you see his face and it's all wobbly because like they're trying to get rid of the mustache, but he can't shave it off because he's doing a film where he's playing a character with a mustache. You know,
That's true.
but but again, I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see his mustache. I can't believe this is a fucking thing. You know
This
what
is
I
it's,
mean? Like,
this is the last topic of Uncharted before we move on to topic number 2 of the night, the
oh my god,
mustache.
this man,
That was like the first thing I wanted to talk about, but I'm like, no, 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 no. Well, we'll talk about the meat and
dude, when you,
potatoes first.
dude, when you asked me to talk about this Uncharted trailer, but when you mentioned it to me at first, I didn't see the trailer yet. Like I saw like a quick snippet of it, a snippet of it on my phone, and the problem with my phone is that I don't know if it's just the app when I go on YouTube, but every time I go into my YouTube app on my phone, you'll see like the videos pop up of like what's playing of like who I'm following
Hmm.
and whatnot, and all of a sudden, like in that video, it will just auto play. Like you'll see it and it'll be subtitled, but it won't play no sound. I'm like, I'm not playing this video. Why are you playing it? You know, maybe it's the settings on my phone or something. I have to probably fix it or something. But like, I would just see the scenes play, and like I wouldn't hear the audio. And I was like, oh, I'm already getting sports. So I have to like scroll past it just to make sure I don't see it. You know what I mean?
I see. I see.
But yeah, I again, I think the movie's gonna do fine. I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be fun, which is what this movie will most likely be. Is fun. And I hope they do make a second one because you know people love it. The video game fans love Uncharted. I think the movie fans are gonna love it just as much. The thing is, that they're going to be a little confused as to okay, if this is a prequel, I may as well play the games. And then when they play the games, they're going to look at the prequel and like, wait a minute, he didn't start off at a bar. He started off in a museum that he was following because he had a certain key that he needed to get a certain item. You know what I mean? And then he gets in trouble for it, and then he starts to run away, and then Sully finds him. He's like, "Hey, kid, I want that thing back. And you know what? How about I help you get this treasure and instead you pay with me and half, and I'll get the resources that you need and whatnot." And you know, there's a whole story over there, but I don't even
You
have
know,
time to stop.
I do
Yeah.
remember that scene. If you really like, count the gameplay and the cinematics, I think that whole entire scene was almost about a half hour in gameplay time and cinema. I can't talk tonight. With the cinematic time, so I'm like thinking maybe they decided to go with a bar story because for the sake of time, get an origin story out there for the characters, so that they can just start off the movie.
Mm, maybe, but here's the thing. I think this movie is just going to be its own thing.
I think so too.
Like, it's not going to be connected to the games. The only thing that's going to connect it to the games is that two reasons. One, it's just going to be because it's based off the video game. Two, they're going to take certain scenes and set pieces and then just mash them up into the series to make an overall cohesive story on it. You know,
I could definitely, yeah, I know that's exactly what they're probably gonna do. They're also playing it safe because this could also be the only Uncharted movie we get.
pretty
If
much,
it
yeah,
because if it bombs, at least they tried. You
yeah.
know,
And here's the thing: they when the movie started, like you see the Sony Pictures logo, but then you see the PlayStation Production logo. So
hmm
now PlayStation Production is now taking their IPs from these video games and turning them into movies. All right, Uncharted is most likely. I think it's the no. I think it's the second one. The first one was the Ratchet and Clank movie. I haven't seen it, but what they
I
did
haven't
was
seen
they
it
took
either.
all the yeah, they took most of the original cast and made them play the characters that they played in the video games. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't see it, and one of the reasons for it, I call it an excuse because it shouldn't be an excuse, um, is that because they didn't cast AAA actors to play all the roles, is why it flopped. And I thought that was one um, that's very Hollywood of you to say, because they had the original cast of who the original voiceover actors who played Ratchet and Clank. They still played Ratchet and Clank in the film because it was based off the video game, you know.
Right.
And so, like, instead of casting like some AAA big name actor, they just went with the original cast, and the movie was fine from what I've been told. It was really good. But the problem is that because of this person I follow, who was a big movie guy, is like it didn't succeed because it didn't have AAA actors. It had just the original voice cast from the games, and they put them in the film. And I was like, it's like that same argument I brought up to you. Your video game audience is not the same as your movie audience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't believe me,
I
look at the
believe you.
casting for Mario. Look at their reactions. Everyone started laughing. No
Yeah.
one took it serious. Like, come on. Like, how can you tell us that Charles Martinet is going to be in the Super Mario movie, but he's not going to voice Mario? Instead, it's going to be the guy from Jurassic World. Like, seriously, you know? Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I love Chris Pratt. I think he's a really good guy. He's a really great actor. But him as Mario, I can't wrap my head around. You know, I just can't. Charles Martinet, he's been voicing that character for
Since
our
like
entire
90, since
childhood.
like 94, I think. He did it
Not
at
even.
yeah, 94. He did it at trade shows, and then once 96 came on, he was the official voice of Mario.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, see, I didn't know about that part. As far as I knew, like he was always the guy that voiced it. You know,
Yeah.
but like yeah, like he was our childhood. Like we grew up with his voice in our head for
Hmm.
decades.
That's
And
true.
then you have fucking Star Lord over here saying like, "Ooh, like make the go," like all this other shit, and it's like,
Hmm.
sorry, you're not really selling it to me, you know. Ian Taylor Joy, maybe. Jack Black, oh man, I cannot
Definitely.
fucking wait. I cannot fucking wait to hear his voice. Keegan Michael Key
Hmm.
is Toad. Oh my god, it's going to be a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Charlie Day's Luigi, okay, I might buy that.
I might
Everyone,
too.
really?
But Chris Pratt, the star character of your movie, is being backlashed.
Like, and I wouldn't say backlash because that has a negative connotation. I think that it's kind of so much of a shock, I guess,
But you
for
know
lack of
what?
a better word.
He is a triple A actor, as what the regular normal moviegoers want. So maybe using his utility belt of acting skills, because from what I've been told and for what I've learned and I respect, is that voice acting is just as much acting. So maybe he can pull a good Italian accent that sounds something that we're familiar with, or maybe something new. So I'm going in with an open mind, because it's still a Mario movie, and I
Same
still
here.
yeah, I accepted Bob Hoskins as Mario, for that old Mario movie.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. As much as much as it pains me to say that that movie was like not great, because like you'd think that with a live action film, like you're going to how are they going to translate it? But at the time, we're young when we saw it. For the adults, they're like, "Really? You got Bob Hoskins and fucking John Leguizamo as the Mario
Bro.
Brothers, and like you have some strange, you have some blonde chick. Excuse me. You have some blonde chick who was adopted from a convent of nuns and who was born in out of an egg or some sort as Peach. Like what?
Oh, as
And then
Daisy.
oh, that was Daisy. Wait, so who? So Peach was never in that film.
I mean, they just decided to make Peach Daisy, and that so she was like a hodgepodge.
Wow.
Yeah, and plus Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo were like totally hammered through most of that movie. So
Oh God. Like
I almost want to watch that movie again. Maybe I'll watch it
trust the
tonight
fungus.
before I go to
That's all
bed.
I remember of that film. That's all I remember. Is trust the fungus, and he pulls out the fucking fungus, and he's getting shot with like a ray beam of some sort. And like the moment it hits it, you see the fungus just grow and becomes like a fucking human shield for him.
Yeah,
Like, dude, that's
the product placement of the Super Scope.
oh my god. Oh man. Oh, I'm surprised. Like, you know what? You know what I'm kind of hoping for, and I don't know. Maybe if you do rewatch it, let me know if there is somewhere in the background of the film, like, do you see Donkey Kong, or like a giant ape tossing barrels like over the side or something?
No,
Because like I would assume.
the only
No, no, I'm
reference
saying
the
like
oh, go ahead.
no, no. I'm just saying like the next time you watch it, try to see if you can find like a giant monkey somewhere around in the background tossing barrels overhead. You know what I mean? Just for no reason, just to put it in there for the sake of like a cameo appearance or so. So like you don't see Donkey Kong, but you see a giant gorilla just grabbing barrels and just like tossing it overboard somewhere
I mean,
like in the back.
there already is a cameo.
Hilarious.
There's already a cameo and homage to the original Donkey Kong in the movie.
Huh. I don't know. I've never seen
Well,
it.
well
Like,
when the bad one of the bad guys, the bad plumbers company owner Scapelli, crosses paths with King Koopa, and he fires what is it, the Super Scope at him. He turns him into a monkey, and when the monkey's hopping around, he goes. So he
oh,
kind of like sings the Donkey Kong song as a monkey.
oh, okay. I wasn't really like, oh man, that's fucking hilarious.
I used to see that movie many times.
Oh man. Like the only thing I remember is Trust the Fungus and like there's like a moment where like he's where King Koopa, I think he was being played by I forgot his name.
Dennis
But like
Hopper.
yeah, Dennis Hopper. Like he's getting hit with the scope beam and like you see his body morph into like
That was towards the end, yeah.
yeah, like that's all I can remember. That and like all the little Goombas
Hmm.
in like the long like they're like 8 feet tall wearing like a suit and you just see them all start dancing inside the elevator for no reason and
Hmm.
then one of the lead Goombas opens up the elevator and he's like "Ah, ah," and you see them all like pretend,
Get out now!
like that shit was fucking hilarious. I loved every single minute of it.
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
love. I just accept it as not a Mario movie, which I accept it as like two brothers that happen to be named Mario and Luigi that happen to go to a dimension with a bad guy named Koopa.
Yeah, and it was somehow all underground.
Yes, all underground.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
Well, I was about to say I would like to take a short, like 2 minute break. I'll put in a transition title card. I'm gonna go get my bearings, grab a refill on my drink.
yeah.
All right, so we will be right back.
All right.
All right, and we are back. And there's my text coming in a little bit late. We will be back shortly. We are back right now. Okay. So, moving on from movies, now we're going to be discussing uh, a very, you know, almost to be expected topic, but unexpected topic. But Grand Theft Auto coming onto the Switch, and not Chinatown Wars. Like, uh, three of the best, what is it, Grand Theft Auto games being ported to the Nintendo Switch.
Well, not only to Nintendo Switch. So I think I was a day or two ago. They announced Rockstar announced the Grand Theft Auto the trilogy, the definitive edition
Hmm.
again, because they already announced the definitive edition um, several years ago, but it was for the PS3 and the 360.
Right.
Now it's the trilogy, the definitive edition, but now it's for current gen and next gen consoles. So PS4, PS5, Xbox Series S and X, PC, and basically what they did, they reskinned the. It's more of a remaster than a remake, I guess, is what you will call it, because they've made the buildings, the vehicles sharper than ever before. Like you could literally tell, like, and you can see it in the trailer. Like they showed the video of like what they looked like before, and then they showed the video of what it looks like now. Like as they whoa, whoa,
That's okay.
as they transition from left to right on the screens. So like it was blurred before, like grainy, and then you see transition, you see it more clean cut. So like trains, cars, buildings,
Yes.
foliage, things like that. Like they all look a lot more sharper. The people, however, the character animations, they look like Roblox characters. And for people who don't know who Roblox characters are, it's an online MMO game. I don't know if I will call it a role playing game, but it's a massive multiplayer online game. And basically, it's like think Minecraft, only not as blocky. It that's the best way I could describe it. Because when they did this, let's call it a remaster because it's not a remake. Because if it was a remake, everything would look so much more sharper, cleaner.
Oh,
It would
oh
look
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Instead, like you see some like if you look up close, like some of the hair, like I call it the hair models, like they look like they look like uh have you ever played like the Lego games?
I think I've played like Lego Star Wars way back in the day on the Wii with Keyblader, and
Yeah,
that
so
was
like
it.
think like Lego pieces, but like the Lego hair sets that you would see like they look all matted down, like with the sheen on it.
Right.
That's what it looks like. Like not just the hair, but like their arms. So like everything looks sharper, but a little blocky. You know what I mean? Like a
Yeah,
Lego of some
yeah,
sort.
yeah.
But so yeah, like I was watching it and I was like, oh my god. A part of me wanted to laugh a little bit, but I was like, because like not only that, not only they updated the graphics, they updated the controls.
They did.
Yeah, they did. So it's going to be more robust than before. And I don't know what, excuse me, whew, I don't know, little kitty. so I don't, so I don't know. The price odds are it's probably going to be like $70, 60, $70. Who knows?
I think they
But
said it's gonna be a what is it, a $60 game.
I think it's going to be for the current gen 60, but for the next gen it's going to be 70 to keep up with the prices of all the other games. Again, this is just pure speculation. I don't know the actual price for it. I'm just assuming. Other than that, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be awesome. I really do. Like, I think that, and the sad, and here's the sad part. This game, this definitive edition, it looks like it's going to be something that I might just buy again. Like, and a lot of people are like, "Why would you buy this again? Like, you've already played it." Do you know how many times I bought Resident Evil 4?
Oh yeah.
3 times. 3 times.
I bought
What?
BioShock 3 times.
Oof. I already downloaded Bioshock again when it came out on PlayStation Plus. Like, you know? And the only reason why I downloaded it is because it came with a Bioshock collection. So it came with Bioshock 1, 2, and Bioshock Infinite. So I had to get it. You know me. If a game is fun and they come out with it on a newer system with the updated graphics, I'm going to play it. You know?
Well, they didn't
Like, I
update the
bought.
graphics on BioShock for the Switch. It feels like it's a PS3 port, in my opinion, but that's just me.
I mean, it did came out on PS3, so I mean, like, there really is not much of a difference.
True.
Yeah, so like I bought Resident Evil 4 3 times on the GameCube, on the PS2, and on my PS3. All right. The only reason why I haven't bought it on my PS4 is because I still have my PS3 right here, and I haven't touched it in months.
As do
Okay.
I.
Like I still have games on there that I have not beat because I'm so busy with playing the games that I have here on my PS4. You know, and at the same time, like I've been watching a ton of YouTube videos, but that's beside the point. But again, it's like this game. Uh, well, a lot of people don't realize this game came out like I want to say early 2000.
Yeah, early 2000s. Yep, like not even the double digits.
Yeah, early 2000s, and uh, it was just phenomenal. Like I don't know how else to describe it. You know, and this trilogy, it was like I remember uh the first time I played this game, and it was phenomenal. It was everything that I wish this game to be. Like it checked all the boxes, you know?
Well, it definitely evolved Resident Evil 4 from like the previous three installments.
Yeah. Like um you know what? Keep talking. I have to do something really quick. I'll be right.
Go right ahead.
Well, what are your thoughts on the game?
For Resident Evil or Grand Theft Auto?
Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, Grand Theft Auto. Well, let's see. I am shocked still that it's coming on the Nintendo Switch, because Nintendo's always trying to keep that squeaky clean appearance, but as of late, now they're trying to cater to, the mature audience as well, because they realize, their audience has grown up, and, they also have tighter parental controls on the Nintendo Switch to potentially evade their kids from playing, violent video games. So I don't see it being much of a problem, as it was in the past, where only thing parents could do would be take the controllers or take the power cord or whatever method, they decided to use. But
Involvement.
one thing that is missing from that collection, at least in my opinion, which just should have made it a quad collection, is Grand Theft Auto 4. Oh, here we go. My parents kept me away from a lot of teen and adult games growing up. Yeah, I'm surprised you were able to play Super Smash Bros. Melee back in the day. That had a T rating, believe it or not. So I don't know anything about these titles nowadays. Well, I mean, I remember when I was young, my mom really did, watch too much of the stuff that I would play, but I was pretty PG for a long time until I played Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I got curious in the character Solid Snake. Then I started playing Metal Gear Solid. I fell in love with the storyline of Metal Gear Solid, as convoluted as it is. I guess
Yeah.
the game Smash Brothers was able to hide the violent. I mean, I guess so. I mean, it really wasn't violent. I mean, I think the fact that there was a lot. The character models in Melee looked kind of clay-like and realistic. It could be something that people would imitate. Maybe uh, you know, hit someone with a home. Oh, here we go. Another comment. I'm sad that I never got to play these games like 007 or Grand Theft Auto. Well, you can play Grand Theft Auto or the remake of 007. You do have a PlayStation 3. Maybe this time I'll finally get to. It's never too late.
Yeah, I mean, especially sorry if my audio is sounding a little different right now. My I'm currently using the same setup I had before at my discussion. So
and and
unfortunately,
and you're at a weird angle right now.
well, yeah, because what you call it, my I'm currently using my iPad as
Hmm.
a camera to talk to you, and I'm getting a notification on my iPad that my battery's at 5%. So right now I'm using a charger to charge it up.
Oh,
So yeah, because like it's dying right now. So I'm trying to restore battery power on here so that way, we can last a little longer. Eventually I'll put on the mic again. But for now, I'm just trying to charge this up so that way it doesn't die out on me.
ah, you know what you need? You need one of those iPad dual lightning adapters where you plug in, what is it, one lightning adapter, and then you have dual lightning adapters.
You know what? Maybe I do. But here was the problem. Like when we started this, my iPad wasn't completely charged. It was at like 70 something percent. So
That's
like
fine.
me talking to you kind of wasted battery power. I should have charged it beforehand, but I didn't know if
That's
we were going to have this conversation like be this long. So,
that's all
but
good.
yeah,
I mean, this discussion about Grand Theft Auto will definitely be a lot shorter than probably our previous discussion. But who knows? Let's see where we go from here.
yeah. Hold on.
No problem. Do you need a minute to run your technical difficulties?
A little bit. What do you call it?
I mean, I don't want to go
Hold
on. I don't want to go on another break just yet, but
on. Well, that's one way of putting it. No, we can go on it. Like my iPad's about to is at 2%. So
oh lord.
and yeah, so uh
Okay. How about this? Um, you have Discord on your Android device?
sadly no. I only downloaded it on my iPad because of the video quality.
That's true. The video quality is much better on an iPad. Uh,
Yeah.
Now you don't have any other USB port like maybe you can use your laptop as a battery to charge your iPad instead of the battery bank you're using.
Well, I could, but the problem is that
You have all the shit plugged into your laptop and you don't want to move it.
no, the oh man. Here's the thing, the adapter that I'm currently using is like only good for USB, whereas I have a I have another adapter to it, but the problem is that it won't go through, and I'm trying with both my regular one and my lightning one, and it's not going through. Man, I should have really charged this shit because we're having so much fucking fun here. Yeah, it's not going through at all. So
All right.
yeah, this is about to quit on me at any moment. So
All right. How
uh
how about this? I will what is it? I will let you get a chance to charge your iPad for a little bit. How about that? And I will entertain the audience by playing Cuphead.
okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Let's
Yeah,
do
we'll,
that.
we'll we'll definitely continue this very soon. I just gotta charge this up really quick, and then we can go back to having this discussion because this is great.
Alrighty. So Ice Mage will be AFK. I will probably still be able to hear him. Maybe, maybe not. But you guys won't. But I will suck now at Cuphead. Since this game is extremely hard.
Yeah, from what I've been told, yeah.
All right, let's see. Alrighty. He will be right back, but now I will go to Cuphead. All right. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Nope, I am not currently playing Super Mario Party. Okay, and the last time I touched my Switch was when I was playing with Keyblader. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Do 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 do. All right. Bear with me 1 minute. I just need to acquire some artwork. Let's see. Anybody chatting right now? No. Okay. Bear with. Okay. I see you are still here with us, Sherry. Speaking of Cuphead, have you ever purchased the game, Sherry, on your Nintendo Switch? Well, I mean, I do, but I'm nowhere near close to anywhere near the end of the game. I think I have like 2 or 3 badges. See, when I started streaming, um, I ended up, well, not badges. Wait, are they badges? Yeah, I think they are badges in this. No, I'm thinking of Y and X. What is not Y and X? Sun and Moon. That there's no badges. I think, right? You and me need to have a 6v6 match someday. Well, maybe. I mean, if I ever am good enough to play that game. Okay, here we go. Now currently playing Cuphead. I actually never acquired any artwork for the game Cuphead, so I had to, oh, I had to lower the volume a little bit. I can teach you the mechanics of competitive battling, but it's complex. I mean, I've always been a story-driven gamer when it comes to playing games or having some good, solid gameplay. Like, even as bullshit as this game is, and it's very difficult, I still enjoy, what is it, playing it just for the challenge, but it's not completely bullshit. Alright, let's make sure I'm not lagging. Okay, cool. Okay, it's Puff the Magic Dragon. And I think I had another boss to fight. I thought my boyfriend and... Wait, I taught my boyfriend and he has perfect stats, Talonflame, and Pokemon Omega Ruby. Damn. No, but see, that's another thing. It's also the commitment to playing a game like that. It's like, it's a lot of grinding. Now, I've done it in the past, you know, it's just, you know, it's just not not something I would do anymore, you know? Whoops. Okay.
This match will get red hot. It's on.
Yeah. It's time. Oh, fuck. I did not want to get hit by that. Alright, let's see. Let's truck through. Oh, hey, can you hear me? Okay, hold on. My co-host has, just gotten back to me. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me pause this. Okay. Bear with me 1 minute. Do. Okay. What's up, man? Now your video, now I can see you. I could see your shirt. Okay. Let me try this. Can you see me now? Okay, so you're back at full capacity? The quality's actually not that bad, so I'm about to switch back to our discussion on Grand Theft Auto. Darn it, I was just fighting a Cuphead boss. So let me, maybe I'll play some Cuphead afterwards. Alright, so... Alright. Boom! And he's back.
Hey guys, sorry for that. My iPad just died, so I literally just downloaded the Discord app on my phone right now, just to come back and finish this conversation. Sorry, everything I'm doing is completely jerry rigged.
Yeah, he just got a couple technical problems with his laptop and all that stuff, but afterwards, he should be on a laptop setting, so hopefully these problems are a thing of the past.
I hope so too. I hope so too, because right now this is a pain in the ass.
I'm trying to think how you can prop up your phone.
That's what I'm trying to do. Sorry for all the noise, but this is the only way I can get this done. So, oh man, these angles are so bad. I'm trying to do the best I can, people.
Does your phone have a pop socket by chance or no?
It does, but it's not great.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe try wedging it to the other microphone you have.
You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. Hold on 1 second. Uh, Man, my setup is so fucking weird.
Hey, look at
I'm
my
li-
setup. I'm just sitting on a $15 broken ass chair with rollerblade wheels on it. There's the router right here and my little Tails doll.
Yeah, but at least you have a seat where you have it up facing my TV, and like
Well,
I
Sherry, you
had a
don't stream. When we're talking about setup, we're talking about setup for like this, not like a setup or no. Okay, I'm just not gonna talk.
all right. God, I hope this works. Okay, give me a sec. Sorry,
It's all
I was
good.
not expecting all this bullshit. I really wasn't. Okay, so I'm gonna have to readjust myself. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we're back to what were we talking about?
Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, yeah. So I think that this trilogy, of course, Rockstar's going to do what they do. They're going to keep bringing it back no matter how many times people want it because they know it's going to sell, and it does. You know,
Uh,
this is
oh, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm just letting you know that we can only see your beard and the bottom of your glasses.
oh, sorry again. There's
Uh,
only so much I can do here.
okay, there we go. Now you're good. Sorry, man.
It's all right. Like I'm literally in an awkward position just to talk to you so you can see my face. But you know what? It's fine because like
I mean,
as long as we get this.
maybe I should be in just an equally awkward position. Hold on.
I mean, hey man, you do you. You know, I will say this. I'm literally just laying back because I'm hoping I'm hoping my whole body just fucking sees everything about me, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm sitting in an awkward angle trying to talk to you. But you know what? That's fine because like stupid me should have charged the fucking thing, but I
Hey,
didn't because I was out all day.
hey,
So
it's all good. Don't worry, man.
yeah. So back to what I was saying. Do I think this trilogy is going to be great? Yes, of course. It's the best. It's probably, if not the best trilogy, Grand Theft Auto trilogy that we'll ever have. I mean, I remember playing four, and it was like I loved it, but the problem was that driving in that game fucking sucked.
Oh, it
You
did.
know. Oh, it was horrible. Like if there was one thing I could take out of that, it was the fucking driving. The driving
Yeah.
was horrible. You couldn't even make tight turns even if you wanted to. You had to find certain types of cars just to make handbrake turns, and it fucking pissed me off so much. But
I just
yeah,
kept an ice cream truck and I think a fire truck as like the two cars I parked on the save file that I downloaded.
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I didn't care about the
Uh,
story.
well, I kind of did because for those who don't know, I'm Eastern European of Eastern European descent. So like in Grand Theft Auto 4, the main character is named Niko Bellic, and like he's literally speaking like I don't know what the official language is called, but like basically like a type of Serbo-Croatian type of
Hi,
language.
I'm Nico Bellin.
It's like I'm Niko Bellic. I came from all the way from Eastern Europe, and I come here with my cousin Roman on his taxi service. You know, like like that's what it is. You know, and like when he would speak, it was like I understood it, but like the way they were like doing the audio dialogue for it was like they were pronouncing it as if like we were fucking stupid. You know, as regular civilians. You know. However, like I remember I was playing one time, and the reason why I remember is because I think it was in when the game came out. It was in I want to say I was living in Chicago at the time,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah, that's how long ago it was. Um, I was playing the game, and like what's it called? Nico Bellic was like screaming in his language, like he's like like it wasn't Russian, but it was like Eastern European because I could understand the dialect. And I remember I had it on really, really loud. And my mom and dad came down the stairs because like I was living in the basement at the time. My mom and dad came downstairs like, who the hell was that? They thought like I had some like Eastern European friend downstairs like talking and like having conversations and whatnot. So I went and played it, and he was speaking in there like because I remember the scene. It was a scene where he was trying to hunt down this one guy who sold out his friends in the Grand Theft Auto 4 in the storyline. He was looking for this one guy who became like a fashion designer, like who became like really really gay, and
Mhm.
basically just he found the place he was living at, and Nico Bellic grabbed his gun, started walking all over the place, and he's like. And it's just like he was speaking his native tongue, and like when that was happening, you could see, like I saw like the subtitle because like every time I play a game, I always put subtitles in it no matter what. And
Me
like
too.
when it switched to his native tongue language, and he was like walking around the whole place that where he was going. He was like, and like he was speaking, and I can remember my mom and dad were like, "What are you watching? Who are you talking to?" And like they were looking at it like, "What? He's speaking the way we speak. He's speaking like our language and whatnot." And like so like in Eastern Europe, like we speak like 70% of the language we all speak and understand. Certain phrases are changed in certain countries, but more or less we understand each other in a way. So and like so that has like a little small place in my heart for me because like and not only that like it's based in Liberty City, and Liberty City is basically New York.
That's my home.
Yeah, I mean that was our childhood. Like we grew up there. Like we know it like at the back of our hand, more or less. And Vice City is of course Miami, and San Andreas is basically Vegas, Southern California, and like Arizona and New Mexico all combined. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. It's like one's East Coast, one's the South, and one's the West Coast. You know, and like I'm surprised like they haven't like deviated from that if you really think about it. Like they haven't made the only Grand Theft Auto game that I know of that has actually deviated from the three places is they came out with one, but it was like a top down version. It was called Grand Theft Auto UK, I think it was called,
I've never heard of
or
this one.
London. Yeah, I remember it because I played it.
Was
It was
it for the
called
PSP?
No, it's for the PS1. It was
Ooh.
called. Oh yeah, I think it was called GTA London 1969, 89. It was
I
one of
would
the
have
two.
no idea.
Oh, yeah, trust me, not many people do. Not unless you've played like the old school Grand Theft Auto, because like originally Grand Theft Auto was a top-down game.
Oh, that I
So like,
remember. Yeah.
yeah. So like the first one was a very top-down game, but one of the things about that franchise was that when you played it, you saw your character from the top down, but you didn't know what they look like until before you started playing. Like you would have like a character um, before you even select. I think it was before or after. I'm not sure. Like you would select the character that you wanted, and then you would select the place that you were going to go to, and it was like one of three or four places. And like the game was completely top down. It had music and everything, and the way you walked was like from a downward angle, kind of like Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. Yeah. Number one specifically.
Yeah. So like, but it wasn't in 3D. It was like very like 16-bit ish, I guess, or 64-bit ish. It was like 16, 32, 64-bit. Like it was very like low tech, like top down. Like when you see your character run, you only see like the knees. And so like you can go over someone's body and like hit them with like a baseball bat, and you see the blood just splat. Or like
Yeah.
and like that's how you would collect money. Or if you were drive a car, you would drive from the top down. So like when you drive, it's like you didn't see the whole car. You only saw just the top part. And so when you go into the car, you see the camera pull back. And the camera pull back because when you were making turns to try to escape the cops or drive, it would just pull back so that way you could see the road better. Like you couldn't see the road in front of you, you could only see it from the top. You know what I mean? And it was the same thing. Like they had rampage tokens that like if you touch this rampage token, you get like a flamethrower and you have to kill like a certain amount of people in a certain amount of time to get like extra money or something. And once you completed everything, you get a cutscene of like a character that you were doing a mission for, and like the only thing you would see is their face and their eyes move. Like their facial motions would like just speak to you, and everything else was like um just like it was like a hand drawn painting, but everything that was moving was the face, like the eyes, the nose, the mouth. That was it. You didn't see arms move, you didn't see hand gestures, nothing. It was just a person like standing like this, and all you saw was like their mouth and eyes move when they were talking. Like that was the whole point of the game.
Wow.
They did, yeah, like eventually,
Very
like
very
that was
primitive.
back then. Oh yeah, very very primitive. But at that time, people loved it because it was like you're basically in an open world, stealing cars, killing people, doing all that stuff, getting money for it. And then they came out with another version of that, but it was based in London. and like the opening scene for it was like it was a video of a live action version of like Grand Theft Auto, of like where you just go in and you just rob people, take cars, repaint them, rob banks, kill people, all that shit. But like they did that and then automatically transitioned to a top down game of like what it was before. Because I think the technology at the time was like not great, but that's what worked for that franchise, you know. So like, and that's the only Grand Theft Auto game that I know of that doesn't take place in the three main hubs of the world, which was Liberty City, Vice City, and San Andreas. You know, there probably was more, but like I can't remember. And like the only one that they haven't touched really was Middle America, which is something that I would really love to see. But who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they'll make a brand new Grand Theft Auto game based in Middle America, where it's just nothing but cornfields and fucking ghetto ass neighborhoods and shootouts, and maybe we'll have like a big giant lake at the middle of it. Oh man, that'd be hilarious. I don't know, like, but my overall thoughts about it is, I think it's really good. I think it's going to be awesome. I think the nostalgia factor is definitely going to be there. You know?
I think so too. I mean, I think that's what's really going to grab the sales on this game, the nostalgia factor. I mean, even though they've already ported some of these games to mobile devices, people just want to play, with a physical controller of some sort.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, this would be. I want to say, if we're just talking about just not the trilogy, but like the Grand Theft Auto games in general, this will probably be the fourth time. If I decide to buy this game, it would be the fourth time I've played Grand Theft Auto 3. The fourth. Because I bought it once on PS2 when it came out originally.
Me too.
I bought it. Yeah. I bought it on PS3 when they did the Definitive Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I just bought it again for the PS4.
Actually, you know what? No, I didn't buy the Definitive Edition. I bought the backwards compatible PS2 version on my PS3. So I guess it counts again as like buying it a second time. Mm. And then I bought it a third time, but I bought it for my iPod.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and, that's how that yeah.
And hold on. Yes, yeah. Eastern Spirit. Yes, I am a little bit exhausted. I've had a long day.
Oh yeah. I think we've all had a long day at this point. Yeah, so like I can't, and I bought that when they had like the Apple gift cards. You remember those? Were like
I remember
like the $20, the $50, $100 like gift card or whatnot, and then you just download it there, and you can just buy whatever the songs or whatever the apps they had available. And I bought like a few songs. I bought an app where like basically it was the sound effects for like different types of firearms. So like I had one that was like pistol, one was machine gun, one was AK, one was sniper rifle, but like they were just audio sounds of guns, of firearms. And I bought the Grand Theft Auto 3 game on the iPod for myself. And I think at the time when I bought it, it was on sale. I think it was like, I want to say it was either like $9.99 or $4.99. I remember it was super cheap when I bought it because I was like, I really miss this game. I want to play it, and like I wanted something that I could play while I was like on the go. You know what I mean? Because like at the time I didn't have a handheld game like the Vita that I do now. Like I still have it, but I haven't touched it in a while. It's just sitting there collecting dust. And I have like Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 on there.
Damn.
Yeah. Like I literally took the adapter for my Vita, connected it to my PS3, and downloaded all of my PS1 games that are on my PS3 onto my Vita. And so like I have like Soul Reaver, I have Castlevania, I have Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9 on there. I think I have something else. I can't remember what. But oh yeah, Chrono Cross
Oh yeah, that I
and
wanted to play.
oh man, that was a game.
I mean, I
And
gotta play Chrono
Chrono
Trigger
Trigger.
first. I have to play Chrono Trigger first.
Yeah, man, that game is fucking fun. It really is. Oh yeah, and Final Fantasy VI as well, because that was
Oh
the one I
yeah.
never got a chance to play. But yeah, to go back to topic, uh, this game is gonna. The one thing I want to know is that will it enable cheat codes, like the old school cheat codes? You know what I mean? Like
Probably.
I hope so, because like if you because like I think I still remember some of the cheat codes in my head of like how to get all the weapons, all the how to get like I think there was one cheat code in particular where like in Grand Theft Auto 3 if you entered a certain code you can get like up to 250 grand.
Mhm.
Just download like that. The thing is though, if you do that, I hope it doesn't disable trophies. You know, because I'm
I'm
most likely I'm definitely gonna play it on my PlayStation. I don't know if I would download it on my Switch though. Like you
I
most likely. For me, I'm most likely gonna
I
just
would
play it
probably
on.
get it on the Switch because I honestly, when it comes to trophies, I could like care less, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But for me, it's I just like because PlayStation just gives me it's for me it's the incentive of like I got this trophy because I did this thing and like it makes me feel like I accomplished something. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no, I like to
Which
collect some of the trophies, but then like when Grand Theft Auto or any games that have built-in cheat codes just like take that away from you, I can understand, you lose that small little bit of bliss of an achievement that you would normally get by normal means, but because you put cheat codes to have like $1 million and all the weapons at the beginning of the game, now that's stripped away from you.
yeah, I hope it's what you call it? I hope it's still in the game. I don't know if they ever removed it. If they did, it would kind of suck. But oh well, you can't have everything. You know, at least that's my thoughts. So
I mean, I think that what is it? They're still going to keep the cheat codes intact. I mean, will they probably figure a way to patch out you getting trophies on the PlayStation version? Possibly. Uh, Maybe they didn't. Hopefully.
yeah, I guess only time will tell. I mean, the game's gonna come out on November 11th, I believe.
Yeah, I still got time.
Yeah, but who knows? I mean, if I'm being realistic, I'm probably not gonna get it because, like, again, my backlog is like huge. Like, there's only so much I can do,
Yeah, it's not on
and
my
if I go and play
priority
those,
list.
yeah, same here. Like, I just like what you call it? I just bought this was like maybe a few weeks ago. I bought the uh Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening remake.
Uh huh.
Yeah, I bought that from my Switch, and I'm having a ton of fun with it.
I still am yet to play that one.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I just got done with the first dungeon, which is the Tailfish Cave, and
Hmm.
oh, like I'm rusty as a Legend of Zelda player. That's how bad it was. But yeah, it's just it's a lot of fun. Um, because I never played the Game Boy version, I believe it was.
Neither did I. It would be like a new experience for me too.
Yeah, so like playing that was that's a lot of fun. I had so much fun with it. It's like, oh my God, I couldn't believe how I missed this game. Like I had a Game Boy.
So
Yeah,
did I.
Game Boy, yeah, Game Boy Color, but I never played any of the um uh Legend of Zelda games that came for that system. Like the one that got away for me personally was the Oracle series, Oracle of
Yeah.
Ages and Oracle of Seasons. Like that was the one that really stood out to me because it reminded me of because it did two things that I really liked. One, it basically had it was like having it's the equivalent of the Pokemon series on the Game Boy Colors. Like you had the blue, red, and then eventually you had the yellow version, the Pikachu version.
Hmm.
Whereas this one, you had Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. And the thing is, though, that was one thing. It was like two variations of the same game, but they're using two totally different mechanics. Number one. Number two, and this was a big deal for me, was that you finally got to meet the goddesses, but in human form. Because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, I think Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons is the only video game, or at least the only Legend of Zelda game, where you get to actually meet and talk with the goddesses. Everyone else is like they're like some type of like uh beings of light or entities, or like in Breath of the Wild, they're just floating dragons that just fly through the sky, and
That's
like
true.
then they're gone. And the only way you can like even remotely interact with them is if you shoot a bow and arrow at them, and like a piece of their scale falls off, and then you collect their scale to upgrade your equipment. Like that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And like there was another feature on there that was I think it was really awesome. Where like if you played either one of the games and you got the special what's it called? It's like an adapter, but they called it the Game Boy Link cable.
Yeah.
Where like if you were to load up Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons with both of them with each other with the link cable, it would basically download a certain item that will be exclusive only to that game for each one. I don't know. I can't remember what it was exactly, but like it said it was a lot. You were able to do that.
I mean I have very faint memories of that game. I mean I remember I was all into the Pokemon craze like when Oracle of Ages and Seasons came out.
Again, like it was just something that it was something that stood out to me at the very least, and like I've always wanted to play them, but like again, like I just had like a huge back catalog of games that like I've wanted for so long, but I just never got around to it. You know what I mean? But again, that's just me. So
I'm still in the Pokemon craze. Well, yeah, I could tell.
yeah, like I literally download. I didn't download. I bought the Let's Go Pikachu
Hmm.
because like I'm a Pokemon fan, and it's basically an updated version of the first gen, but it also had like the ability where like it was not only just like the first gen games, but like it was basically like the Pikachu yellow version. So like you
Hmm.
had Pikachu as like the permanent character, but like if you went to certain parts of the areas in the world, you can get Squirtle, Charmander, and Bulbasaur, but you had to do a specific mission for them in order to get that character, and
Oh
then you
yeah,
level them up, and you have all three of them. You know what I mean?
yeah. I think the yellow
Instead of like,
version, the yellow version was nice because you could get like yeah, you used to be able to get the trio starter, uh, by complete like you said, completing certain missions in the game.
yeah. So like that was like the one bonus for me personally, because I never played the yellow version. I always had the blue one because I love the color blue and I love Blastoise. Plus he
Yeah,
was like a water type.
that was my first game too, blue version. My brother got the red version because he liked the dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, same here.
He's like, "Oh, Charizard's cooler." I'm like, "Blastoise is cooler."
And like not only that, like if you really think about it, like Blastoise was like the most versatile character you can get out of
That's true.
the three starters, because like not only could he beat Charizard, but like what a lot of people don't realize is that you could teach water type characters ice-based attacks.
And
And
he'll have a
ice-based
chance.
attacks are weak
Hmm.
again. Yeah, they could take down Venusaur like that. You know what I
As
mean?
long as
Just
long as
teach him.
you have to have a fast Blastoise, and you're good.
Yeah, all you had to do was just upgrade the speed, and you were good to go. You know what I mean? And if anything, I think Blastoise had a higher speed number than Venusaur, if anything.
Yeah, but you never know. You could have some person who trained their Venusaur and then gave them all the X speed, X speed. No. Was it X speed or was it a vitamin? No, it was a vitamin that increases speed. I forget. Sherry, Pokedex this.
I think so. Yeah, it's been a while since I played it.
Yeah.
Oh man, fuck now I want to go on my Switch and just play Link's Awakening just for shits and giggles now. Oh, let's talk with Nintendo. Um, but yeah, to go back to our topic at hand about
Grand
the
Theft
trilogy.
Auto. Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's a if anything, it's just a trip down memory lane again with updated visuals and controls. Nothing more, nothing less. Like you're not gonna really miss anything as part of like in terms of story. Like there's nothing that's like huge game changing epic reveal of any sort. Like
Yeah, no, this is
you know
just a
that
this is just a remaster, not a remake. So
Yeah, and for people who are watching, there's a difference between a remaster and a remake. A
big
remaster is
difference.
basically a remaster is basically when they take the original game and they update the engine, both uh, graphics wise and control wise, game controls. A remake is when they take the original game and basically rebuild it from the ground up, and basically they give you the same story beats, but it's not going to be
Total.
100% like the original. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's
The
not gonna
only
be toe to toe.
Yeah, like the only game that was, if anything, a remake instead of a remaster was Demon Souls for the PS5. Because if you go back to the PS3 version of Demon Souls, it was very bland. It was very the controls were a little bit wonky for some people. And like there was a host of other things, but like when they brought it to the PS5, which is a huge visual upgrade. Like if you go back to like the PS3 version of Demon Souls, and then you go watch the videos of Demon Souls on the PS5, if you look at the visual comparisons, holy fucking shit. It is the most unbelievable, unbelievable visual upgrade you will ever see. I remember the first time I watched the video for it, like the first gameplay um footage, not the trailer, the first gameplay footage of like the sneak peek of like the very first place you go to, which is Boletaria, and like you just see the graphics. Everything about it was so beautiful, and it was sharp, and it was detailed, and it was the same boss. Like you literally go through everything with the same boss over, like everything from the castles to the dungeons to the lava levels to the enemies to the fighting mechanics. Everything was basically not only rebuilt from the ground up, but like they updated the controls, you know? And it was so fucking good. I remember they did two different versions of the gameplay footage, and both were just stunning. Like every time I saw it, and I would even watch reaction videos to these stuff because I follow some people on YouTube who mainly just do reactions of like gameplay footage and whatnot, and like they're watching Demon Souls and like, fuck, I hated this game because it was so fucking hard. But man, the visuals on this and the controls on it look great, and like I might just fucking buy it. And they know that they fucking suck at this game. They know that like it's not gonna be. They know they're not gonna beat the game. Straight up, they just know it. Like they just don't have the time nor the patience to figure it out and get good, as they say. But they're willing to get it because it's the most beautiful piece of eye candy they've ever seen. And I agree with them. Like I'll tell you this right now, if I were to get a PS5, if they ever have some in stock, you know, I would just buy it. That would be like one of like the five games I want to get for it, you know? But yeah, like that's the difference between a remaster and a remake.
No, yeah.
Remasters, like they took the game, they update the visuals and controls. Remake is they rebuild the game from the ground up with updated visuals, controls, and like similar but not the same story beats as before. Like you want to see a remake? Play Final Fantasy VII remake. That's a remake.
I actually have it on the PS5. I'm yet to start it up.
But you have a PS5?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you lucky bastard! I've been trying to get a PS5 for months.
Wow.
Dude, like you can't get it anywhere. You can't even physically buy it in stores. You have to go online, and
I
even
know.
then they sell out quickly.
Yeah, they try to shove a bundle up your ass.
Yeah, and the sad part is like I can't pay for it because every time I go for it, they always sell out.
Yeah, I mean, the best advice that I've been told from in-store GameStop employees, they say, your only best bet is to buy a bundle, pay more, and sell the games that you don't want. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's like the only way because you have fucking bots all over the place.
yeah, and the scalpers don't make it any easier.
It's okay if it cheers you up. I can't afford it right now. Well, you haven't even touched your PlayStation 3, so why you don't even need a PlayStation 5?
Yeah, man. Like if you're really that dead set on getting a PS5, get a PS4. Like you have a better chance of getting a PS4 than getting a PS5 right now. Seriously.
Yeah,
Like
Sony's actually selling them refurbished, so
yeah, I mean if anything, just buy a refurbished one, or if not, just like get like a slim, get a
that's
PS4
true.
Slim. I'm sure you can find one for cheap, you know. But yeah. So like, what are your thoughts on the trilogy?
Well, it's not going to be something I'm going to buy day of. I'll probably buy it probably maybe if they drop the price from 60 to $40 or the following year on a Black Friday deal if it's like $30. Who knows? It's not something I'm really going to prioritize on my list. Like the next game I'm actually purchasing is a game that hopefully, if it arrives to me on time, um, either by no, it's not next week. 2 weeks from now is going to be Super Mario Party. Oh no, sorry, not Super Mario Party. Mario Party Top 100, I think it is. Whatever the fuck it is. The new Mario Party for the Switch. So for me, my final thoughts on the game, it's not something I'm gonna go crazy for, unfortunately.
Well, well, here's the thing. I'm not going crazy for it either, but at the same time, it's like the trip down nostalgia lane is the one thing that has it going for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Grand Theft Auto 3 was amazing. I still remember the time I put so many hours into it.
Mm-hmm.
I would put cheat codes galore every time I die just to restock my weapons and ammo to get more
Yep.
money just in case if I ran out.
Summon a tank.
Um, yeah, download a tank because like there was one mission in particular where you had to get a guy across a bridge in order to get him out of the country because the FBI was looking for him. And if you got onto the bridge, they were all stationed everywhere. So like they would just rain down bullets on you, and you had to transport him. And there was no armored cars I could find. You know, all they said was like, you had to grab this guy who was hiding in a bathroom in the park, get him in a vehicle, and then drive him to the airport. And the worst part about it was like, okay, how am I going to do this? I don't know this area very well, but I got to get him across to get him to this airport to get him out of the country. I'm like, oh, okay. And I grab a car. And you know what's the first thing that happens? I got lit the fuck up.
Wow.
I got lit the fuck up so bad that like all I saw was just and here was the thing, all the feds were on the bridge on like every single pedestal of like every structure. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And they were like all on the street too watching, and like I literally grabbed a tank. I was looking up for the cheat code for the tank, I took the code for the tank, got him in there, and I went across the bridge with him inside it. And you know what happened? I didn't die. The tank didn't blow up because they didn't shoot rockets. They were just shooting machine guns at. So it's like, and like there was no damage whatsoever. So I got him across. And anyone who came in my way, I would lift or my tank
Boom.
to the point where, yeah. And then when I got to the when I got to the airport, got him and finally completed the mission. I was like, thank God. But even then, I still had to go and fight the fucking feds and blow them up with the tank because I still had to protect him while he was boarding the plane. I was like, what the fuck, you know?
You figure it'd just be like
But,
Crazy
yeah.
Taxi. Drop them on a circle and you're done. No, you got to do the whole escort.
Oh my God, don't even remind me of fucking Crazy Taxi. I remember playing that on the Dreamcast. Like that game was fucking great. But man, if you played the arcade version, it was ridiculous.
I never played that version. Only the GameCube version that brought the arcade version back, and I didn't really notice the difference between the two.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, the best way I can describe it to you is if you played Simpsons Hit and Run, it's more or less that game.
I guess.
Especially the driving sequences.
Yeah, Simpsons Hit and Run, I think, was trying to be Grand Theft Auto and Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, all in one without the violence and the sex and whatnot. Well, they didn't really have sex, if anything. It was just like you
Innuendos.
can pick up a hooker. Yeah, she stays in the passenger seat. You go someplace like that where no one's around, and you just see the car just.
Yeah.
And you see the heart rate go up, and I'm like, okay. And she steals your money, but then you can get out of the car, kill her, get back all your money, and then drive the fuck off. Like that was Grand Theft Auto 3 for us, and Vice City, and San Andreas. Well, yeah, this was a good talk, dude.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I have to say, really. I mean, unless you want to add something else that I don't know about.
Nope. I think these are two big topics that we got both off our chests for the night.
Yeah. So, thanks to everyone who joined us. Sorry about the technical difficulties. That was my fault on my part because stupid me forgot to charge up my devices to full power for this because I was out all day. So that's totally on me. But yeah, if anything, hopefully we can come back here next week and just have a. I'm trying to come up with a topic, see if we can come back here for next week and just do the same thing. Only if there's some news that comes up during the week that we can talk about, then we'll just bring it up on here. Other than that, if nothing that we can talk about, if anything is of important, if nothing of importance can like comes up, then we'll just try to see what we can bring to the table and just have a discussion on that.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, I think we're about to wrap this up now.
Yeah, we've been going for a while now.
Yeah, about over 2 hours. Wow. Well, if you don't count the technical difficulties and the break, maybe about 2 hours.
Yeah. All right, it was great talking to you, man.
Like always, great talking to you too. All right.
And thanks to everyone. Also, thanks to everyone who was in the chat.
Yeah.
Leaving a comment and whatnot, and giving questions and whatnot. And we hope you guys come again. I don't know what time we'll be on again because, like, I think the first time we did it was like literally
like 7 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, 7 o'clock, and for us, like 8:30, 9 o'clock. 9 p.m. So, yeah, hopefully we could try to be consistent, if anything. But yeah, it was great talking to you, man, and I can't wait.
Yeah. Likewise.
Likewise, man. Take care, man. Take care, everyone.
Take care.